The visual podcast is live in 3, 2, 1, action. Welcome to Afrofuturistic Podcast with Yuki, the visual podcast. He already cooked this delicious meal, and we still have some on the stove.
Try.
And we're gonna be filming the first episode of the podcast with
We don't even have a name.
We don't even have a name for this podcast. We're just gonna be starting as the spirit leads. Say bye bye, oh. Leave me alone. When I fat, we fat together. Then we'll lose the weight together. Gives us something to do. Any money where I get like this, my enjoyment.
Pull this part like a little bit closer to the first. You can keep it in frame. I like it being over. I just want to.
Any single money where I get, my enjoyment. No bother about my future. My future no dey bother anybody. Any single money, my enjoyment. Cheers to happiness, love, freedom, and peace. Can we skip to the good part? Oh, this is gonna be a good life. Gonna be a good life. Gonna be a good life. Good life. See ya. We have some yummy goodness on the stove waiting. Picky, I want to eat this small piece here. Can I eat this small piece?
You go chop the food finish.
It's only one I've eaten now. This is the second one. Can I have the small piece?
Go ahead.
If you notice, this chicken is not the regular chicken. It's the local agric fowl. It's a little harder, definitely more tasty. Any money where we get like this, na enjoyment. Any little change.
Enjoy yourself. I have questions though.
You ready?
I was about to ask you.
We're filming a podcast, guys. It's called the Afrofuturism. Futuristic podcast.
Yeah.
This is lemonade, though.
That's this is gonna let you drink it. Let's see your face. Let's see your face.
So good.
See your people.
I need some. There you go. Here, pick one. Is it ready? Oh no, is it burning? Coconut rice.
honey, this is wrong actually. I'm not supposed to be doing this like that.
I'm sure he has gotten all the good cooking facts. Gege. He's single and searching, guys.
Very single and searching.
Is it very single? Yum yum.
I think we'll need to be enough for that twist.
Okay. You don't ask. Last. I always make you crave food. If your eye is looking, close them. Love you too. Say me hi to that handsome boy. Hi. Ruth says, say me hi to that handsome boy.
Single?
Ruth, are you single? She said yes. She said, please slide in my DM.
So,
You gonna slide in her DM?
of course.
Ooh.
I'm searching.
Pamela says, Korra, hook me up with this brother. You guys, as soon as the podcast is ready, make sure you go and comment there. He's gonna be reading the comments. That way you can find him. Plus, he can cook. So let's start the podcast.
Brother, so you eat now, right?
Oh, I'm okay right now.
But you eat after?
Yeah.
What's the topic of this video post? What is the topic for this podcast?
Is there really a topic? That's what.
So yeah, it's more
No,
like-
it's just like it's just like time with you.
With you.
Okay.
Eating with, how you say your last name? S.
Essence.
Yeah. Eating with S.
Why can't that be the title? Eating with Essien. I think it's a very easy title. You feed the people, you talk about
You
things.
eat with them, you talk with them.
Eating with Essien is not limited, and it's your first name, your real name. How do you feel?
Yeah, sure.
I think he's gonna marinate. Let it marinate a little bit.
You don't capture while it's being
Oh,
said.
yeah.
Okay.
Which way you take?
It don't cast. Please put my own here, please. Put it here.
Everything inside there. Let me put inside fresh plate now.
Okay. This is coconut rice, guys. Wow. He's even plating. Get your man that plates. Baby, it's the plating for me. Ooh, oh my God.
Let's move this part. And I just want a shot of you like putting the place down like in front.
Okay. Yeah, that's essential. And I need to be like, oh my God.
Actually, let me be taking
BTS's.
yes, yeah.
It's a visual podcast, guys. Korean food every day, every day. Leave me, oh, let me eat.
Okay, let me serve mine.
Where's my fork?
Are you using fork or spoon?
Spoon, whichever one. You want to introduce yourself?
Xavier.
Xavier, like X-Men.
Is that how you pronounce it?
No, Xavier. Yeah, so my real name is Xavier, but I shortened it to like just the 4 letters because you say the whole name.
Oh,
Xavier.
I've been trying to like pronounce that. I'm always like,
Yeah, I hear some of it. I hear Xavier and Zavin.
yeah, that's what I think I've been saying.
And I'm from the great state of Louisiana. The terrible country over there. No, we love them. Sometimes.
Don't cast. Last. Thank you. Where's the thing that I can put the phone on?
What thing?
Anything. Maybe this.
Is that not even getting to your shadow? No. And that's what my fault. Careful.
You got to switch your dispatches up because I got your phone.
So we're just gonna be eating while we're
We'll just, yeah, it's
and talking.
Yeah.
Okay.
So because we're going to first start with icebreaker about the food, you know.
Okay.
And then we'll dive into, okay, so let me go over the structure. Okay. So we're going to talk about maybe a little some pleasantries, what the show is about, type, you know, and then what we're eating, you know. I'm gonna ask you what food you eat, but also I would like, because also with this meeting, I also love the opportunity to also answer some questions that the people, my audience, want to kind of like understand about my work. Like I've been pushing African futurism, Afro to the future, and people don't really know the conversations that we have in indoors. You know, you understand, but people don't get it. So you might actually ask me out of curiosity, like, why African futurism, or what's Africa to the future, even, you know, while we're talking. And then I'll also ask you about Korraverse. I'll kind of tie it to what you're doing with Korraverse and ask you a little bit about it, talk about it. And then the project, we'll talk about the project that we're working on white support and stuff. We can just bounce a little bit about white support for Nigeria Independence Day, for a future project like this that's projecting Nigeria to the future, you know, white importance and whatever. Those parts on that, and I think, how do we close it?
One nation under God.
But yeah, but I'm like, then we'll just talk about the excitement, like looking forward to actually shooting it tomorrow, you know?
Yeah.
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 You know?
I mean, yeah.
Okay, all right.
Okay. I'm going to see everything. Perfect.
I just say everything perfect.
Oh, we still got to get the thing that you like. Putting the plate in front of you.
Put in what place?
So maybe can you walk in with both plates?
Okay.
Etienne.
Okay.
And then we got to move go this far.
So do you have to clear the table?
Oh no, you don't really see anything.
You sure?
Like you want to see the front?
Let me see.
Yeah, we'll get her to come in a little bit closer.
Okay.
Okay. You liked it, or you?
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, that's what I was saying.
Oh.
Profile. On the side, on the side.
Yeah.
And we'll just, can you bring your plate this way too? Yeah. Okay. We'll just bring this here.
Okay.
That's a shot.
Yeah, that's it.
That's a shot.
You happy with it?
Yeah, I love it. I fuck with it.
Okay.
And yeah, y'all just have to remember to play into the.
You need to like.
Oh, you're fine. Respect.
That one is on me, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
And that one's on her. Let's do this.
Okay. The only thing is, the spots where these two plates are
Yeah.
perfect.
Yeah.
And you say I should bring the plates in.
Or at least, I need at least a frame of you like giving her at least her plate.
Okay.
Maybe
So
just
maybe I can-
pick it up and place
Yeah,
it.
yeah, you just quick it up and put it right there. So let me get a closer.
And I'm gonna
Because
look
this shot me off,
excited,
right?
like,
Yeah.
oh my god!
I'll move the phone. Alright. Step out of the frame a little bit. There we go. Alright, 1, 2.
It's in with us here. Thank you. Appreciate it. It's a perfect spot. Mmm.
That was up. Man. That's so.
Wow.
It makes sense. It makes sense. I tried.
You didn't try, yo. Wow.
That's it. She's feeling it.
Oh man, this is good.
Auntie? This is the camera.
Oh, sorry, yeah. You guys, get out. I feel futurism.
Alright. So, I know you want to when you ready.
I'll just pour water here first.
Take.
Yeah, I did pay for it.
Yeah, I'm gonna say take that. I was just about to
Take
say
out
that.
the
Take
tag.
the. Unless they're paying you for promotion.
I know, right? Oh, yeah.
Yeah, listen to me.
Don't guys.
Yeah, for her too, yeah.
Last.
The same angles, everything set.
Everything.
Oh, okay. With the plates,
Honestly,
positioning? Go ahead. What do you want?
I would take the waters out.
Okay.
Yeah, or yeah. Bring it a little bit closer. There you go. Alright.
3, 2,
1, 2, and action.
Oh, by the way, did you capture like her delivery interaction, like when she tried the food?
Just a few minutes ago?
Yeah. Oh, okay. Yeah. I think that was very genuine.
Oh yeah, let's go.
Oh, yeah. All right. Yeah. So, madam, how you like the food now?
This food is fire.
So.
Period. Thank you, poo.
All right. Let me just give you a low down on what you're eating. This is coconut rice. Okay. I don't know if you know this, but I grew up in a restaurant. And pretty much we used to cook like daily, like every morning. And I think even that experience alone, really inspired me to, get on and really start like cooking for myself when I came out here to the States, and I've honestly at this point, man, I don't think as a bachelor, single man, we've cooked everything: jollof rice, coconut rice, But this is very like, this is like a solid Calabar meal, If you come to, I don't know, Abuja, anywhere, it's like.
What is the Calabar name for this meal?
I don't know.
What do they call rice in Calabar?
What's rice? Damn, I can't remember.
I know there's Atama rice.
Atama is soup.
Is it?
Atama is soup.
There's Atama rice. It's good, huh? You haven't even tasted it. You made it, you didn't taste it. Wow.
I finished Poco.
It's fire.
I hope you're not just gassing me, Sha. You don't have to gas me. For real? Like it? That's all. Oh, what food do you like to cook?
Oh, what food do I like to cook? I like to cook everything.
I know you're doing Korra kitchen.
My favorite thing to cook will be a nice juicy steak. I love to do justice to steak. I like to cook a fish. I love to cook like a whole fish, like for everyone to share and everything. Just like spicy big fish,
And like how I learned this from like people, Sierra Leoneans, and even I don't know, people from Ghana. Like they'll make like this tilapia fish, chop it up, put like pepper, and then you eat it with like plantains.
I like to make. That's how I make
pepper
mine
sauce.
in the oven. I make mine in the oven. That's my favorite thing to make.
Sheesh, Baba, if you give me that food, it's a wrap.
I make it. I buy the fish. I make it. I used to make it for my family back in the day, but yeah, I love to make that. That's my favorite thing to cook. Fish and steak.
Anyways, next question is about African futurism. Okay. So with African future, are you supposed to ask me?
What is all this ruckus about African futurism?
I think for me it's very important. Like a few years ago when I started shooting, I think I really got into colors, into like shooting with colors. I think it was a way for me to stand out, like really just differentiate myself from like what I was seeing out there. I think it was very popular to really just photograph things. In like the modern approach of shooting, which is like clean look, lights, great lighting. You capture it, and that's just what it is. That's like a modern approach, But I think for me, like when I started adding colors, because prior to photography, I don't know if you know this, but prior to photography, your boy used to be a fashion blogger.
Oh, really?
Yes, I used to have a fashion blog.
Okay.
And on there, I think I used to post a lot of my colored looks, lots of colored outfits, pants, green pants, red pants. And that was all on my Instagram. It's like anytime I get into class, everyone's like, "Oh my god, like why?" Like essay with colors, But it's like I think I started seeing that in the like me trying to really differentiate myself. I started seeing like those colors coming into the photography, and it was actually interesting to me because it wasn't intentional. But once I started, I couldn't even stop, few years down the line now, I look back and I realized that from obviously constant learning, understanding like arts, I've come to realize that one of the essential, like the crux of my work is really me uplifting Black women, Black stories, African stories especially, with my work. So whether it's my influences from when I was in the kitchen. Take for example, you see this woman here, with the pounded yam. For me, it's like that's what I grew up, witnessing. Like lots of Akwa Ibom culture, which is where I'm from, in Nigeria, and lots of cooking, experiences. So you see a lot of that in my work and the kind of art that I create. But obviously, like mixing that with my glamour influences. So right now, I think I've come to a point where understanding that I really just love to envision a different Africa, like a different Nigeria. Come on, Nigeria right now is like, it needs people to really like think and be excited about the future and really grow, like create that future. And for me as an artist, like art is powerful. Even you as an artist, like you're dancing consistently every day on the ground, because you're excited. And I think that excitement really gets people excited about the culture, and we start thinking about like ways you can grow the culture. And when we see images of like a lady with a calabash back home, it looks like poverty, right? At least that's how it was captured back then, But now when you see it, it's glamorous and you want to do it because it looks uplifting,
Inviting,
it looks
yes.
inviting, right? So yeah, I think that it was very important, and I think that's what African futurism is for me. Really being able to dream of a better future for Africa and for Nigeria. And that's why I even came up with the term Afro to the Future, which is my new project.
Afro to the future, wow.
That's a new project, and with that, we're just trying to project Africa into the future, and really make it, really just have people join that movement and join that, be a part of that. It's not just me, it's Africans back home, it's Nigerians back home that are creating as well, or trying to create,
So what would you, so for me, when I think Afro to the future, I feel like it's a loud cry, very much in need of this cry in this time.
Yes.
Because as at now in the United States, there are a lot of people who still think that I'm from a village where the monkeys are doing hoo hoo hoo, and I use the monkey feces to wash my face for breakfast. This is what people still believe of Africa, and Afro to the future is kind of taking that narrative, taking it and owning it and saying, yes, you know what? Yes, we do have monkeys. However, these monkeys are probably smarter than you. Like some, like this is a much needed cry as of now, and I think that the movement is going to be televised, and you're one of the four frontiers of this movement. It's important that we know that Nigeria and Lagos, African countries, are no longer the jungle that everybody thinks it is. This is a futuristic, modern, evolving ecosystem, different from what you know, however, very much significant in this day and age, and that's what I'm.
And that future, what's crazy? A few years ago, I used to get a little bit of a backlash. Some people would comment or reach out to me and tell me that me putting HOTS behind like my work was not good. And I think for me, the more I understood like what I was, because for me it's like I love the fact that those things made me, it looked very African, and it's interesting because those things are, for me, are authentic African architecture, and
that can be they can be taken and they can be improvised. They can be taken to a different level
without changing
what it is.
Like we look at structures in like Kano, like the empires, and you see like crazy structures that are still around till today. Like that was crazy, innovative architecture at the time. How can we take this to the next level?
How can we transcend Africa to the future?
Yes, and those are the kind of things I think about. Honestly, like when I create now, even it's like I'm almost like envisioning an Africa that way as minimal Western influence as possible. But really just uplifting what we have already, and really just kind of like pushing it forward.
I'll give an example. When I was growing up, this one time, my grandfather had died, so we had to travel to the village to do the procession and everything. I remember finding in my village a big clay pot, and the villagers would just put water in it. Just put water in it. I was just like, why are they filling this pot over and over with water? Then I was thirsty. I was like, Mom, I want to drink water. She said, go get water from the pot. And I just went. This water was cool. It was going down my throat. It was like the best water I've ever had in my life. I was like, what about this water? And it's like, this water is not from a plastic bottle. It's straight from the river, straight to this clay pot that keeps it cool. And it was just the most delicious water. I remember as a kid, I was just like, I want water. I was drinking water all day. I'm peeing just because I love that water so much.
And the thing is that, and that's genius thinking. How do
you take a clay pot and make it a refrigerator? But in the most organic form, without any,
And that's why when I think of look at even I was looking at Akon City. It's Akon's vision of he's building a city in Senegal. And when I look at like the structures of like the skyscrapers, what's very fascinating about those structures for me is it's not the skyscrapers you think of in New York where it's like straight, just straight up. It kind of like has this fluid look to it. And if I look at those structures, I connect with it as an African. I'm like, it's this crazy structures that looked African, but at the same time,
We're not African.
At the same time, but futuristic, next level type stuff. And I'm just glad that right now, even though I didn't end up as an architect, we're still able to use art to create designs and still put like these visions of what future
Africa would look like in the future.
And it's not just even with structures, architecture, but also with the fashion, with beauty, beauty, so that's the different things that I kind of like envision with my art right now at this point. Yeah.
For me, African beauty is so clean, so earthy and so raw, colorful.
Of course.
Vibrant, very vibrant. For me, African beauty is not just the head ties and everything. It ties down to the body markings. Everything that is African is so uniquely African. You cannot take it away from
And the symbolisms and all of those things too are very powerful. But just even thinking about it, I know for you, music, just think about the future, when this digital era where we're talking about NFTs and all of this, metaverse, and I know for you, you've started doing Korraverse with your music. How is that going for you? Tell me about it.
The Korraverse, think everything Korra.
That's so. Is everything Korra?
That's the Korraverse. It's like the universe, but Korra's universe,
That's what's up.
We're going towards the digital age, whether we like it or not.
You feel like you've been able to connect with people that support your music a lot more.
Exactly. Without social media, without the digital age, without all of these platforms that I've been able to use to put myself out there, I don't think I will even have my fan base. Korraverse is a universe for I and my lovers, my fan base. We connect there. We trade our stuff there. People who have their NFTs invited automatically into the Korraverse. They have their Korra NFTs. They're in the Korraverse. When you get in the Korraverse, you have first-hand, one-on-one conversations with me. I'm able to airdrop to your phone directly new music before it even hits the stores. So you're like, hey, guess who has a new latest?
And how are they accessing it? Does it go to the Apple?
It's a decentralized thing. Before even anybody is able to even monetize it, you have it.
So when you send it to them for purchasing it, like how are
it's
they
not
accessing
for purchase.
No, because
It's
they're getting it because
they're part of the
So
Korraverse.
how are they receiving it and how are they able to play? What platform are they using to play it?
These are different platforms that we use. They're tied to the Korraverse that we use to directly airdrop to our Korraverse. Yeah,
that's pretty interesting.
When I had my NFT release, it came with a free new song that was not in any Apple store or any Spotify or anything. It was just straight to my
I'm actually curious to see how that changes everything, like the game.
It changes everything. Music NFTs are the future, and it changes all of the right. In fact, it's gonna tumble the entire music industry upside down, in my opinion. Because you can just take this song and put it on YouTube, and nobody's gonna say copyright. No, that song is yours to use for free. Just because you're part of this artist's Korraverse, you can take any of the music and you can monetize it however you want in your own content, and nobody's gonna sanction your content. This is gonna be the destruction of the record labels as we know it. You know, this is going to be an end to. So music NFTs are the future.
Wow.
And I'm so glad that I'm one of the first African artists to, you know, do this with my music. It's the future, and I'm excited about it.
That's interesting because, like, even with the way photography and arts is going right now, you know, I almost look at the work that I do right now and my unique style and approach to photography. I almost look at it now as a way of capturing metaverse arts instantly. You know, so I always used to be, for me, when I see the certain kinds of artworks that when I look at like the kind of artworks that are on NFT sites, you know, with cartoons, cartoonish images, you know, for me, I just think about, as a photographer, how do I get into this space? You know, and yes, I could put my photography works on there just like that, but it's like when I'm able to capture work that right off the bat it looks like a painting. You know, I think it takes things to another level. It's not animated, it's really photography, and
real humans.
My customers, like my clients, you know, people I work with, can really experience the photo shoot session, you know, the fun parts of just shooting and being in that space where you're pampered.
You guys know that picture that I'm like this? He shot it. He shot it, and it was my first NFT drop, and it was amazing. We sold out. It was amazing.
Yes, yes. That was I think that was a big one. You know, that actually almost educated myself too in the possibilities of like this NFT space and how there's a lot of great opportunities, you know, as artists to be able to put out your work and get people to tap in, support it, but not just own NFTs for the sake of owning NFTs, but actually get like the physical artworks, you know, which is great utility. Like, I don't see a point of someone getting my NFTs if they can't hang it up in their house, if they don't care about hanging up in their house. It's like, why do you want my art then? You know, just to flip it, you know?
Exactly.
So it's like, I think I like the fact that, you know, even with the NFTs, I'm able to also use the actual art, physical art as a utility, you know, with the NFTs as well. But look, we're working on the new project for Nigerian Independence Day, a trip to space.
We have a new project coming. It's called A Trip to Space. We have a new project coming. It's called A Trip to Space.
That's so.
Afrofuturism.
Say it again.
Afrofuturism. Afrofuturistic.
I think with that one, like when I realized that, I've been busy all month just thinking about working on different projects, you know, and I'm also trying to understand like my approach towards African futurism, you know. But with this project, as October 1st was coming very close, I was just thinking of, you know, things that could be uplifting for as a Nigerian. Like, what are the things that will make me excited to be, or even just the viewers of the art, you know, like, what's that thing that will get me excited? And I was just looking online at different rockets, like Nigerian rockets, and I saw this odd picture of a Nigerian rocket as an actual thing, right? They did the comparison between Chinese rockets and US NASA rockets and the Nigerian rocket, and the NASA rocket was like this big, ginormous, like powerful rocket, and then the Nigerian rocket was this slim, thin, you know, I'm just like, damn. And had like color of the Nigerian flag, and you know, they were happy, you know, the engineers that were working on it were happy to launch it, you know. West Side shit, they did it with very little fun. I know things are tough in the country, but these people are just always thinking about the future. People are excited about that, you know. So for me, it's like, how can I envision that? Like, what would that look like what would that look like when we've gotten it right finally as in Nigeria? Because I think we need to get it right, you know. Once we've gotten it right, and we can, and you know, everything is, even our rockets, our space programs is even more advanced. Like, what does that look like? What does what do Africans look like in space even?
They look
Just
like
think about
we're
it.
eating chicken.
No, and coconut rice.
What will Africans look like in space?
Because think about it growing up, right? All the movies we watched, all the art that we saw on Google had every other race represented aside from us Africans. So it's like, what are we doing in that time frame, in that future, that space future, you know? So it's like, I think it's time for us to start thinking about these things as Africans. No, I know for the last few years, or even like last 10 years, that was not our problem. But I think this era that we're stepping into, I think this is the era where we need to be there. You know, we need to think about being there. You know, and as artists, as engineers, as people in tech, you know, we need to be thinking about these things, because that's the way we can envision a different future for ourselves and really like get people, lifting people up out of poverty. And speaking about it, you know, I don't know if you know this, but I have this organization, Catapult, and what we're doing essentially with that even is helping African kids. You know, we started with in Kibera in Kenya, and over there what we're doing is we're helping kids learn how to code. Kids that have been marginalized in their communities, like kids in the slums. You know, we give them like different resources, like tablets, computers, and we have a facility. We have someone fantastic, brilliant individual that helps them with. Teaches them different coding skills, and there's also like an online program that they're tapped into where you learn like coding games like Minecraft, Fortnite, and they're playing coding games that they're learning. And the idea behind that, even because we're talking about imagining the future, is to really be able to empower these kids for them to learn a skill like every other kid out here in the West, right? Let them learn this skill, because I believe, honestly, I believe that as these kids learn these skills, they're able to, and when you play with these things, just like for me right now, when I learned how to edit code websites, and I learned it by mistake because I was trying to fix a problem on my website. But now that I know that, whenever I'm doing anything on my website, I'm like, I want the button on this side, I want the button. I bring out that thing I've learned, you know, that coding. So there are lots of different problems in Africa right now, you know, in Nigeria, in Kenya, that the West, the apps are already existing. You cannot solve those problems. You know, so as Africans, I really feel like we're in a position, it's only us that can solve those problems. We understand the problems. Just like mobile payment solutions. There's M-Pesa, there's Flutterwave, there's Paystack, and a lot of those mobile pay solutions couldn't come from the payment solutions in the West couldn't just fix those problems, because we have unique needs, you know. So it's like we're empowering these kids. They can actually create unique solutions for these unique problems that we have. You know, and also by doing that, also we're helping give these kids something for them to learn and take them out of that poverty. You know, so it's an interesting program, and I hope that we can eventually in the near future sell more art and hopefully get a lot of sponsors and people that are interested in that program, you know, so we can spread this to different other countries. Definitely want to take this to Nigeria now.
We have to. We have to.
But yeah, I'm excited for the future. Thanks for coming out. I'm glad you enjoyed it.
This food is amazing. I can't believe that it's finished. So if I have a pot belly, you know who to call. This guy.
That's true.
Okay,
yeah,
guys.
Honestly,
So
it's nice having you, man.
thank you. So, any last words? One for the road.
Afro to the future.
Afro to the future. African futurism.
Gee,
We're no longer. We are waiting. We are 2.0. Afro 2.0.
Afro 2.0. Not so. Okay, I like that. Actually, the 1.0 was the stereotypes.
This is volume 2.0.
The stereotypes people had of Africa.
Exactly.
Now 2.0 is like, we're about to fuck things up.
Are you about to get cancelled?
We're going to mess up everywhere, man. But yeah, man, it's nice having you, man.
Thank you.
Hopefully I can have you again. Looking forward to our shoot tomorrow.
Yes, please. You see the way I'm eating. If you see any pot belly, please just use Photoshop. Thank you in advance.
Alright, now peace.
Peace. Peace in the Middle East.
Alright. What do you think?
Alright. I mean, me watching it, I was watching it, so
You liked it?
Was it that one full take?
no, it had to stop a few times. Just for like footage. Oh, let me see.
This shit looks clean, bro.
It looks clean.
Looks so clean.
I said the lighting. The lighting plays.
Lighting. Yeah, that's why I was like, let's even diffuse it so it's not like so harsh. It's
Wow. Legit though. Jesus. He don't cast.
I'm there.
Lost class. Now everybody, chubby chicks. I'm getting fat,
Yeah, I
guys.
did it a few times, so I wouldn't do it too much with like.
No more eating. No more eating. No more eating after this last one.
I'm glad you kept the two, because it feels like very conversational.
I kept it what?
No, like that we went with like the straight on with the two,
Oh yeah.
and then we can just.
What do you think? Do you think we were? Because I didn't want to sound very like too. I don't know. I think even the parts where it was sounding more Nigerian, you know.
Oh,
I didn't want to sound too like polished, like.
No. I'm telling you, like watching it felt like very like a natural conversation. It didn't feel like nothing about it felt staged. Like that's why I said even me watching it, that's what made me start like doing the zoom in. I'm like, oh, okay, now.
It was interesting. It wasn't something you were zoning out of.
And then it's good too, cause like for me, not even like not being full African, like and then like,
Only live
listening
once.
to your, like y'all stories.
Yellow.
Yeah.
It's giving main character energy. We move. I like it. It's very, very clean. This Canon camera is nice.
They stuck. I got robbed from my other camera, the one I was using.
Like it's sunny, right?
Yeah, the one I was using the last time you guys shot. I got robbed in like broad daylight in downtown LA. Yeah.
Like they just took it from your car or something.
No, like me. Like 4 guys, mask, AR-15s.
What the fuck?
You know, like broad daylight. Like,
What were you doing? Were you just walking down the street?
no, I was literally in the middle of doing a photo shoot.
What?
They brought me and the person who I was photographing.
What did they take from them?
They got they had like a whole bunch of like
Jewelry.
but it wasn't real. So they took their watch, and his like phone and wallet. And he took like my camera bag, because I guess he thought I had like my wallet and stuff in the camera bag, but I had it like on me. You know?
He didn't take your phone though.
Yeah, I had it in like my back pocket, so he was just thinking that everything was in my bag. So he just wanted like the bag and my camera.
Jesus Christ.
Nothing happened to you though.
Oh yeah, I was
They had guns.
like not like the handguns, like the big, like they jump out ski masks, like don't run.
Jesus Christ.
I'm just like what the fuck is going on? I'm like, Yeah, it was my first time ever, and I've been doing like photography for 6, 7 years, and never in my life has it ever happened. I'm by myself like for most of the time. Be careful.
If they come, Holy Ghost fire will strike them down. They will die.
Fuck with this, bro.
Wow.
So I told you, it looks natural, it feels natural, like the conversation feels natural.
No, I fuck with it. Yeah. Look at my, I didn't do too shabby. Look at
You
that.
did great. I don't know why you were looking for a host. You're a great host.
Yeah, I honestly,
What?
if y'all could get a thing to where like y'all both kind of host it, cause that like I'm saying like if y'all had like somebody who came and visit, cause I like the like chemistry of you two, and then like if you add like y'all interviewing somebody from y'all, think that could be.
What are you
Like,
talking?
I'm thinking, will you be coming to pick me up every time?
yeah,
Because it's a full-time job, baby.
I know. Because driving out here, right?
Oh, you say far?
I'm all the way in Santa Monica. You know, I'm at the bougie place. You know, I ain't doing this downtown.
I don't know why this.
I don't know.
Let me tell you another thing it could be though.
It's a dangling
It
sis.
could be, yeah, that, you know, it could be fat.
It's a dangling
What does
cyst.
that mean?
It's just like it's benign. It's just like it just grows sometimes. Yeah, it's like fat deficit.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's what I was saying.
So I'm gonna.
Fat.
But the thing is, if you take it out, it could just. If you have some tissue there,
My
it could just
brother,
keep
my
growing.
brother had something like that right here
It's-
last year. I mean, he was so scared it was cancer. You know, but we kept suggesting lipoma and things like that, and then he went there. They took it out. They took it out. So, yeah,
And the thing is, it's growing.
yeah, have that checked out definitely. I will have what? I won't even wait for it to have grown that much for it. But I'm not saying it to.
And the thing is, it's on
I'm
top
not
of
doing
my
it.
bone too.
I'm not going to freak out, but just just schedule an appointment, even with what is urgent, not urgent care. But if it's me, I also want to know what it is tomorrow. I'll just enter my ER and phone her. Oh my God, I don't know what this is. You have insurance. You have insurance. Yeah, I can get call. Look up one now tomorrow. Sign up for one tomorrow. They'll tell you when to start. When it starts, go to the doctor. Next month you can cancel the don't you pay for it every month. But I'm telling you, get away of ongoing about it, but yeah.
Nervous now.
No, they don't be nervous, but it's like them. It's something that has to do with our.
It's the first thing you notice when you show me. It's
Yeah.
like, yeah, I need to fix that. I need to check it out.
Yeah. But bro, man, shit, you were more than helpful, man.
No
I appreciate you a lot. Damn, bro, look at what we just created, man.
I would say, hold on, when were you thinking of releasing? I'm gonna be out of town for the next 2 weeks.
Oh, okay. Do you want to send me the footage?
Yeah, I can give it to you like before I leave. That's what I say. It depends
Okay,
on, like,
because you're not gonna have time to work on it.
yeah, like not while I'm there until like unless that's what I was saying, like unless you want me to like edit when I come back. That's what I was
No, I'll just find a way to edit. I will even do it myself. I'll probably send it to someone for Fiverr. But bro, if we can,
I gotta get another what is it? Another laptop. That way I can be able to work on the
chop up some, we do some content, create some crazy mad content.
No, I told you. That's what I was like. I need to start doing more.
Damn, bro, we can create some mad shit like this kind of quality.
No swearing on my life, please.
I'm sorry, man.
So it's in a mad shoot. Guys,
Create some mad stuff, bro.
look, I have a sis.
Which, you know what file, what folder it is?
It's not like I haven't seen it before, but because someone has actually pointed it out, now I can't sleep. It doesn't hurt. It's a ganglion cyst. Take a book and beat it.
I love the video I did too. We told the shoot that we did with the.
Why are you guys saying take a book and beat it, guys?
No, the one.
Oh, the photos?
Yeah.
Oh, the video too.
Yeah.
Oh, you did the video.
Yeah.
Oh, that thing, what's her name? Joy.
Yeah.
She sent that. But how can we chop that? The only thing is that with something like that, how can you chop it? I'd like to chop it up for reels or something.
From some of the shots there, from there.
Yeah, maybe we add it to into.
It could be chopped and it would just have to be like the aspect ratio would have to change so they can have that like.
Oh, I'll try and do it. I don't do a little bigger but I can try it, do it with what do you call that stuff.
How are you trying for this?
No, not for that.
Oh,
But even for this, I'll probably need to do that soon. Because some of the sound bites, some of the like cool moments,
yeah.
I'd like to
Use
for reels.
Yeah, alright.
You know. So these are videos, right?
Yeah. It's a zip.
Let me just copy it first.
I have to go edit pictures now.
Nice to meet you again.
Picture post.
Thank you. Tricky, where can I get this removed?
When I get what?
This removed.
Say again.
It's like a minor surgery. Would they put me on the anesthetic?
I am saying it's going to be something simple and quick. So, like I say, if you can just look into it so I can just get it done. Like, don't let you. I don't think this thing is a biggie, but you just need to go somewhere, let them set you up for an appointment for it. That's why I said if you don't have insurance right now, so don't near except you want to carry this, don't near the doctor right now. Look up one insurance.
I have one insurance, but that insurance I'm cancelling it because it's not making any sense. Everything that I do, I send them, they don't give me any reimbursement.
Yeah, find a good one that you can pay for the next 2-3 months. You know, set it up. Go in. If you decide to set up a doctor's appointment, sometimes it might waste your time. So for me, I'll go to that urgent care. Urgent care, you'll see someone immediately.
But they don't accept insurance in urgent.
Yeah, they need insurance. You have to have insurance.
I've done urgent care before, they didn't cover my insurance. They say we don't bill insurance.
Maybe they don't have that insurance.
Urgent care is like that step in between the actual doctor's appointment and the emergency.
Yes.
It's like I don't have like a dire emergency,
Yeah.
so I can sit in your waiting room for a
Yeah.
little while.
Yeah.
That's how they use urgent care here. So they'll have more stuff than the ER too. What's the
Would they?
though?
The difference between ER and urgent care for me is if you want that removed today, they'll have to remove it today.
At the urgent care?
ER. Let me know what I was doing in 2020 with ER. I was freaking out that I had COVID, right? Not even just COVID. I was freaking out that I was dying, like my heart was beating. I was having, if I feel something here, they will do all sorts of tests. This time, that time. They will check my heart. They will do X-ray.
Oh yeah.
Bro, all that kind of
So
test.
it's like I don't want to go to the emergency room, but I don't.
But that's a lot of bill, though. That's just
it's way more than the emergency room.
No. But emergency room is a lot of
Cheap,
bill.
right?
It's a lot of money.
Yeah, that's
but
what
the
I'm saying.
urgent care, it's like, though you go there, you take your time, you see, they charge you for the visit or whatever, Then if you need any kind of surgery or whatever, they'll set up an appointment with the doctor. You'll do it, then maybe you'll come back in a week or two and do it. You know, but it's like, if you don't have anxiety, that's cool. But if you have anxiety, it's like, yeah. But don't have anxiety about it. I think it's.
How do I get out?
Oh, let me fix your plate, bro.
Okay.
Take it out.
And how do I get out when I go?
I'll escort you. I'll just put this back.
Is that not yours?
No, that's your mic.
Oh, there. See? I would have left this here.
I don't know. Take away plate, bro.
I mean, it's okay.
Should I put in this cover with like a foil paper?
That's okay, because it's like one of your balls.
Tomorrow you see now, Korra has cancer of the hand. Go for it.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll bring you the ball back.
No, I mean, let me have to like, this is not a serious goal I care about.
I still gotta wait for this to transfer.
Oh, it's still.
So insurance and then ERB.
Yeah. And please let me know how it goes, man.
I should look into doing this.
Bro, I made that shit from scratch.
Yeah, that's what like a lot of editors tell me. Like that's like one of the best ways, because you get like specifically what you need.
Yeah. The roommate.
And I'll be back next month on like the 14th or 15th. Well, pretty much the 15th, because I'll be back at 9th.
Get ready, bro. I feel what we did today.
Yeah.
Get ready.
And I'm getting some more lights too.